처음엔 당신에게 어떤 말로 용기를 줘야 할지 고민했습니다. 하지만 우리는 한마디도 찾을 수가 없었습니다. 이미 당신은 최선을 다하고 있고 지금 그대로 멋지기 때문입니다. 당신은 지금까지 그랬던 것처럼 최선을 다하면 됩니다. 2등이 미래다. GSL.
상표 따지냐고? 당연히. 그냥 스폰서.
스폰서에 감탄하라. 에헤우 에헤우.
펩시 넥스.
흐흐.
GSL? 한두 번 보고 말잖아. 근데 난 계속 보고 있네. 이정우 선수. 좋아요, 이정우 선수. 자, 앞으로 뒤로. 안 됩니다.
지방이 없으면 이제 불공은 노출됐어.
취재!
GSL에 감탄하라. GSL 어거스트.
불곰 세다 말이 많은데 불곰 진짜 셉니다.
OGS 탑.
에이, 누가 GSL 결승을 집 놔두고 악스코리아에서 참 많이들 보고 계십니다. 감사합니다.
대박 LED.
Oh my God! It's time can talk. It's happening. Game number 3. I don't know, Artos, just kidding.
I don't know.
I actually, at this point in time, do not know if that's possible. Top is in a bad spot, guys. They had basically an S-class, like, perfect game in game number 1. Game number 2, Top didn't seem to quite have the focus that he needed to execute a basic rush. I mean, when you're going to do a timing attack like that, the one thing everybody knows is you got to watch out at home because the easiest way for the game to be turned upside down is for a counterattack.
The problem started even before that as well. You gotta move in quicker. You gotta have your siege tanks up there. I mean, they're kind of sieged up along the side of the base. He killed a depot. Okay, that's cool. Why are you still sieged up there? Why are your Marines in front of your siege tanks when you're fighting against Blue Flame Hellion? Literally, you do want the siege tank to be targeted by the Hellion.
Right.
The Marines just die too quickly. So a lot of it was sloppy. He did not push in quick enough. MVP was in danger for a moment, but Top did not execute perfectly, and that's something that you have to do against MVP. If you don't play perfectly, he's just going to play perfectly, and then what are you going to do?
And then it's pretty hard because perfect versus sort of pretty good is not actually a very even matchup.
Yeah, perfect things exist, Tasteless.
Yeah, well, right now MVP is like perfect +1. I am curious now, what strategies are they going to go for in the next game? Will MVP cheese? MVP does this every once in a while. He throws in a cheese at the least expected moment.
He will do that.
Just like in game number 1 against July. Just the cheese right at the start. He's saying, all right, July Zerg, you're actually going to play by my terms now.
Yeah. MVP likes to dictate the flow of the game. He likes to dictate the way that you think about it, your mentality.
Not even just the flow of the game, the flow of the best of 7.
Yeah. Well, that's an important thing to control, Tasteless.
It is. So we're getting ready for game number 3 on Zalnaga Fortress. This is a bitch of a map, Karen Verstern, by the way.
Yes, it is. It's the best way to actually describe it there.
I'm sorry, guys. This is such a bitch to play Karen Verstern. Everybody knows that.
It's a 3-player map.
Yeah.
If you divide the map with siege tanks and you have more expos where you divided it, guess what, man? You're in good shape. Yeah. There you go. You're in very good shape.
It plays like no other map.
Yeah.
Or this mirror matchup.
It is hard to break anything here, Tasteless. It's kind of a small map overall. There aren't all that many bases, and it's an odd number. It doesn't have a perfect place to divide it.
The watchtower in the center fizzles out after 2 minutes anyways.
Yeah,
so
before you even have
factor.
siege tanks.
So it's actually a lot of scans. This should be a fairly long game if Top can keep it together.
Well, you never
I'm
know.
wondering what MVP is going to do. I really want to know what's going on in that guy's brain, what he has planned, because he's got something up his sleeve.
Things mere mortals can't possibly comprehend.
He's actually like seeing the world in like just numbers, like Neo from the Matrix. All right, head-to-head, OGS Top against IM MVP. Head-to-head here at the GSL Finals. Code S, based in Seoul, Korea, passed by the Casting Archon, Tasteless and Artosis. All right, in the upper left, our player Kenny come back, the underdog. Top is actually a really commonly used Konglish word. That's like an English word in Korea. They're going to adopt it. Top basically indicating the best.
Yep.
So in case you're wondering the root of that name, that's what it is. Now to the center right, the game Genie Terran. He is
MVP.
Jesus, man, the roar of the crowd.
Well, you know, he's the hero we all deserve, Tasteless.
Yeah, he is.
Alright, so we have barracks first for both players. Will we see command center follow-ups or gas? Ooh, Top going for his gas pretty quickly. What about MVP, though? What's MVP gonna do?
What you doing, MVP, you little guy? Oh, there's an ST.
Yep.
I spy an
He's
ST.
smiling. He's like,
Yeah, you're supposed to be there when you have money.
That's my money. Oh, I'm so angry.
Give me the GOMTV money.
You know, he and MVP, man, so astoundingly good. Teammates, what a dominant team.
Yeah, no kidding. Now, does indeed appear as though MVP will be going for a quick command center here. And
Yes,
I
it
guess
does.
that's fine, you know.
Well, he can do what he wants, man.
He's MVP. What do you want him to not do what he wants? Sorry.
He's always going to do what he wants.
I know.
Not what you want.
No.
You don't dictate the game. He dictates the
No.
game. He's MVP. He has more builds than anyone. He's smarter.
He's handsomer.
Yeah, man.
He's better at pogs.
He's actually like a mirror of what Nesty is to Zerd for Terran.
He actually is.
It's insane, man.
His play is so infallible.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
All right, both gases now being taken for MVP. There's a possibility we'll see Banshees come up after.
I need to get an MVP statue. Just put it on my desk. Just a statue.
Make it out of marble.
Just his bust. I kiss his forehead every day before I play Starcraft.
Well, soon, Artosis. In a few years from now, I'm sure we're going to see MVP statues all over Korea.
As we should. Well, that SCV doing a great job scouting.
As you can see,
those
even stickmen like Starcraft.
A-Pink.
Everybody here rooting for MVP.
Poor
Top's
Top.
just like,
Why doesn't anyone love me?
Well, Top apparently has more female fans. The girls just love him.
No, it's...
Look at the guy.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. If I was a girl, if somehow at this moment I transformed into a girl, after I got you to leave me alone because I know you'd be hitting on me instantly.
Oh, yeah.
I would like MVP, actually.
You go for MVP?
He's up 2-0, man.
Yeah.
Fairweather fan right here.
There you go. You're just a gold digger is all you are, man. You just want that money.
That's it.
All right, looks like...
I want him to buy me nice things, Tasteless.
I know.
$50,000.
I bought you diamonds. Artasha.
We have a nice scan there on top. Seeing him going for the Banshee build. The Marines stopping that SCV from getting through.
I don't think you were adequately impressed with me calling you Artasha. That would be your girl name.
Would it be?
Artasha.
Would it be Daniela or something?
No, it would be Artasha.
Oh, okay. We'll go with that.
You have some accent. My name is
How about
Artasha.
Sasatra?
What?
Sasatra. It's Artosis backwards.
Oh, Sasacha?
Yeah.
Well, Sasacha sounds like the name of a
Seletsa.
Bigfoot or something like
Seletsa. That's Tasteless backwards.
that. Seletsa.
Seletsat.
That's, what does that sound like? Seletsa.
Seletsat? I don't know.
Seletsa?
It's Hungarian. Now the Hungarian fans like, no, it's not.
That's not.
Greetings
funny
to our
Artosis.
Hungarian fans. Thank you so much for tuning
We
in.
still have not had a Micronesian come down to the GOM studio. I'm disappointed. We've basically met people from every
Tasteless.
part of the world.
It's expensive to go to Korea from Micronesia. They need to macro a bit better.
I know.
Get their economy going.
There you go.
They need to stop practicing that micro.
I know. This isn't Warcraft 3, man. It's more of a macro game.
Indeed it is. Well, Blue Flames here on the way. The Banshee trying to come in again. But with that Viking there, it's not going to do so good a job.
Oh, no!
Trying to get out, never going to happen.
Because Vikings have infinity range. And once again, the tone is set here with Top being the first to act with aggression and the first to fail with any move he makes.
Well, Top starting right away on his Viking production. Only one factory up at the moment. MVP, on the other hand, is getting his second a lot quicker. And that's going to give him map control. You know, he's making Blue Flame. He's going to have a lot of Hellions popping out of basically three production factories as one has a reactor. And, oh, watch this. Lining up those Marines as best he can. These Marines are going to be toast, Tasteless.
Nice split there by Top, by the way. He could have lost a lot more, but he had a perfect spread.
Well, you know, I really like this position for MVP right now. He's going to be producing a lot of units. Top is coming out, and notice how he's leading with the Siege Tank this time. Very well done. Now, if he stays more aggressive with this build, this is basically the same build he did last game. If he stays more aggressive with this, then it's going to pay huge dividends. Oh my god, flying into the bunker, almost loses the Viking. And the SCV's coming out to repair. He's got to buy some time there. And look at this.
Oh, nice.
Peeling apart these Marines.
Coming in here from behind.
Oh my god, MVP. Killing off the
is
Marines.
some kind of a god here. And this is actually not the way this world is supposed to look, guys.
This
That's
is...
how you're supposed to be able to kill MVP.
Hey, all you StarCraft 2 fans out there, welcome to StarCraft 1, where you can go just vultures, against siege tanks and Marines, and just bring out your SCVs and surround everything and be like, ha! Don't ever attack in TVT.
I cannot believe he actually looped around to the back like that. That was handled so beautifully. And then he noticed that when his opponent had lost enough Marines, he's like, all right, well, let's actually use these SCVs that we're here to repair. We can now use them to attack.
Just so beautifully done, Tasteless.
So sexy.
Yeah. Now, Top does have more... Oh, wait, no, he doesn't have more SCVs, does he? His numbers are a little bit blurry. I mean, my eyesight's going.
It's going, Artosis. Been playing too many video games.
Hellions coming up, seeing if they can get anything done. They can't. They run away.
Well, here's the problem right now. MVP can have a beautiful timing here and actually just kill Top in the next few minutes if he decides to go that way. I mean, remember, MVP did want to actually close this out with a 4-0. Top is floundering right now.
Yeah. You know, MVP's expansion is up. He's killed off an entire army of Tops. And Top, double expanding. But MVP already has his, so
I think
he can easily take another one. Ooh, that would be that'd be so good for MVP.
This is so sad for Top right now.
Yes,
it is. Do. All right. Well, that's all he had to do was spot that expansion. Basically, guys, Top decided to take a risk because he knows he's behind, and this is what smart players do when they're really behind. You don't just play a very standard game. You do some kind of a risk to get ahead, and so he tried to double expand. MVP is like, well, I guess I'm actually a perfect human. So what perfect humans do is when they're ahead, they just make sure they can spot any risks that are coming in here.
They scout non-stop, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You see players like MVP do it. You see players like Nesty do it. Players like Sage. These are the leaders of StarCraft 2 right now, and they scout a lot. And we just saw how well that paid off. So now we have Top is actually going to Starport right now. So he's going to keep on playing a little bit different. We see MVP taking his third base, knowing that he's just so far ahead. You know, even seeing that command center being built tells him that there was no true attack on the way.
Right.
So that allows him to put down the command center. He knows he has map control. He has more Hellions. He has more factories. His opponent was trying to play passively, but now MVP can just expand.
Now this is smart by Top. Just do the same thing again elsewhere. Most players would assume after they denied that expansion that Top would spend all of his money on more factories and stuff like that. Looks like Top's going to go for the Sky Terran style. I do like this. This is actually one thing Top can do that might turn this game upside down.
Yeah. Well, we have a nice big move out here by MVP. Might set up just some sort of light contain, or might try to swarm in because there are two starports, and that can be a little bit scary, especially with the Banshees coming out. MVP's just about to finish off his armory, so if he gets a Thor or two right away, Top is going to be in this terrible, terrible spot. And look at that. He's got the Raven, he's got his Vikings, but of course more Vikings will be out for Top.
You know what? Top actually might be able to hold an attack. The number of Banshees he's got now.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well, but that's why you need that Thor out. And in fact, he's making 2 Thors beautifully done. That's exactly what he's doing. That barracks going down even is a good thing for MVP. Top is going to need more factories. You can't just go pure Sky Terror, and you do need some factories in there as well. So that's going to be pretty difficult for him to actually, you know, it's going to delay him. Oh, he has another barracks already. Smart guy. I'll shut up now.
No, you're fine, Artosis. I can listen to you talk all day.
Thank you. You oftentimes do.
I do. Now, Top, I do like what Top's doing to try to get back into this, just going for airplay. The problem is, I think, well, now that it's been spotted, it's pretty clear how to respond. From there, Viking versus Viking and a Thor in here, too.
Yeah.
It's going to force Top to turn around those few missiles from the Thor that hit. Damage enough of those Vikings that there's no way for those damaged Vikings to head on against MVP's full-on Vikings.
And, you know, he's got the point defense drone, he's got the double Thor. There's no way he's going to lose an air battle.
No way.
The defensive Top at his natural is a little bit more than MVP is going to want to attack into. So both players are on 3 base right now, because he has not scouted out this base right here with all the mules at it. But if he scouts that out, there's really no way for Top to defend it. And MVP, I mean, that's like, MVP needs to do one more thing for me to be like, all right, there's no way he's losing this. But, I mean, right now, Top is safe. Top is good. He's holding in there. He's making some really interesting tech choices, which is going to make it harder for MVP to react to.
Yeah, you know, right now MVP just has so much map dominance. Is he going to go for a timing here? I mean, this is not exactly a map.
He might.
He can't really contain. That's what's actually the pain about this map.
Well, he's spreading out his Hellions, that's for sure. He has a lot of units in here.
He does have a Raven here, too.
Oh, my God.
Point defense drone. We're going to find out.
There's a lot of siege tanks in here and a bunker. This
point defense drone
may not have been the best thing. There are Marines in there really going to town with that bunker.
Where did I guess when the siege tanks are actually dead. Whoa, MVP.
Yeah, that was,
oh my God.
See, when in TVT there is the sickest defender's advantage of any matchup.
Exactly.
And MVP is actually, it looks like he's just getting too overconfident at this time. And he just attacked into that. There wasn't much reason. When you see that many siege tanks, man, you don't want to attack into that. The bunker with the Marines alone is going to switch the Viking battle into your opponent's favor.
You know, talk about MVP really making a big blunder there.
Yeah.
I mean, you think MVP, he scanned, he saw what was there. I mean, why would he think he could win that battle?
True. Truly true. Well, MVP is taking another base. Still hasn't scouted that one base. The only place he hasn't really scouted of Top is the place Top has a command center.
Yeah.
So
problem is that I don't know how long he's going to be able to hold on to that. Eventually that will get spotted. That's the only next logical location for MVP to occupy. And MVP, excuse me, by the way, guys, still is winning this game. As you can see, he's starting to go down. Really, this matchup in Terror's Turn is all about mining out the other starting location in this 3-player map. As weird as that sounds, that's actually how it works.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it, Tasos. A lot of Thors are in production right now. I really love the Thor numbers here. It's obviously, they do okay against tanks in small numbers, but they're going to absolutely destroy the air army up top. And that's important because then his Vikings can go over and land if they need to on those siege tanks. Top now making a very brave move to the middle of the map. If MVP hadn't wasted that whole army before, he could easily storm that, but of course Top knows this and has moved out there. But as is, that's a small amount of units to have out there, and as his Vikings flew away, if MVP checked this and saw the Vikings weren't there anymore, he could easily break that contain.
You know, this is really ballsy here by Top.
Yeah.
I would have expected Top to turtle and harass more, but let's see, I don't think MVP would expect this from Top either.
Well, look at this, nice little move coming in here, but 4 Marines in that bunker there, and one gets by. Vikings aren't landing though, and
nice save. Hardly any SCVs killed.
Yeah,
great play by Top.
Indeed, and now he has a very nice siege line. MVP sitting there with a bunch of Thors. That's a lot of Thors, but I mean, you can't really walk into those siege tanks. That's so dangerous.
Yeah. Well, Top is sort of
he's moving forward, man. I'm
yeah,
getting
he's inching in here.
You know,
This is very scan heavy, everybody.
Yeah.
So it's not like a normal TVT where you have a watchtower you're controlling. He actually has to burn a lot of mules by spending scans in order to get in there.
Well, you know, if MVP saw him on siege all those at once, he could easily attack in. But Top playing pretty carefully aside from that, and here we go. He's just going to go for it, just attacking his Thors all split up, and wanting to win this Viking battle. Can he take out all the Vikings of his opponent?
Oh my God!
He goes and lands it, but
He's
this will let the
actually
Thors
about
kill
to
it.
smother him
Yeah,
here.
he is.
I think this may actually be the end here. And then MVP drops mules in front of his opponent, wastes those mules to tell him, get the hell out of this game.
Well, he's going to keep going. Tasus brings those Vikings back up into the air. He has complete dominance here. Attack of those Thors. SCV's coming out. Not going to be enough, Tasus. The Vikings landing once again. And GG, MVP, a 3-0 dominating play. I hope he's borrowing Nestie's trophy-shaped backpack today, Tasteless.
Yeah, no kidding. But he's got an ST special wheelbarrow he uses to push around all the cash he has, because he is so close to actually winning this series. Top cannot feel more outclassed this moment than here against MVP, with MVP just immaculate play.
Yeah. Wow. Just wow. MVP is a god of Terran. He's the best Terran in the world, man.
Yeah, he's really good. He's really good.
Yeah.
I don't know how many release, maybe like 40 release in a row.
With
good.
a bunch of exclamation points, some ones.
Bolded there. Yeah, exclamations and ones at the end.
And then
you might
typing
have to
out one.
You have to cut paste that statement and then spam Control V a couple times.
And then you cut paste all that and hit Control V.
Yeah, and eventually
you
Battle.net will
spam
let
off,
you spam all that stuff out there. That's kind of what it's like.
Yeah.
So
it's a good way to describe
I
the
do not see Top winning the next game, but you never know. Comebacks do occur. Right now,
They do. Will they occur this time? I don't know, man.
I don't think so, but let's see. We're not going to go to a break, so we're going to go right into game number 4, excuse me. And Jesus, is MVP good at Terran versus Terran?
Jesus says yes, Tasteless.
Even after screwing up that initial attack and losing all that stuff, he just kept such a good position, such good unit combination. I'm blown away.
Yeah. You know, I love some of these things. He spread out his Thors just so much, and he's like, you know what? I have so many Vikings, I have so many Thors. I'm going to crush this air battle so badly that even if my Thors were to explode and nothing was taking splash because he spread them so much because Top was so far in the middle, then I can just land everything and I'm fine.
Yeah.
And he was right, man. He knows exactly what to use to break a tank line, and that is actually one of the strongest skills to have in TVT, in StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2. Knowing how to break a tank line. He broke that first tank attack with his SCVs and Hellions. If you don't use overwhelming forces to do this, you lose way too much and you get behind. Same would have happened in these other attacks. The only time he blundered was into the natural, but at that point, MVP is like, oh, I got this so easily, not knowing Top had that extra base. It's like he's just so confident. It's unbelievable.
It's really impressive. By the way, guys, get on Twitter, hashtag GSL. Please spread the word.
At Artosis and call me Tasus and GOMTV.
Feel free to donate more money to that documentary. More money they make, the better the production. The longer they can stay out here. We're trying to talk to some pro gamers, get them follow around the documentary team to follow around some pro gamers out here as well.
Indeed.
Look, man, this is pretty ugly.
Yeah.
This series. The game 1 was so perfect, okay? But then game number 2, he just kind of lost his focus a little bit, Top did. But by the time we're here in game number 3, this is just looking more and more MVP heavy every single time. MVP is winning each game more and more in an impressive fashion.
He is.
In every series.
Is he
Top looking worse
stoppable,
and
man?
worse. I don't,
this
I
is
don't think
actually
so.
this is just like when we saw him win his previous championships. Remember, while we watched him win, we're like, I think he's going to take the next one too. He's too good.
Yeah,
We were actually saying that, and
we were.
I have to say it again. I mean, he looks unlike any other player in the GSL, any other player in the world.
Well, he's so versatile and he's so flexible.
Well, his mechanics, his brain, his builds, his micro. everything is pristine.
It's beautiful. That's why we call him the Game Genie Terran. And it looks like it is time for game number 4. Will we see the comeback of the century? Or will MVP smash top like a little bug? We will find out soon. The map is Belcher Beach. This is an interesting Terran versus Terran map. Similar to Dual Sight. The way it sort of played out.
Yeah, you know, it's a very big map, very wide open in some areas. Does have some small choke points to go through in the middle near the watchtowers, and definitely a map that can be divided in half. But a little bit, a lot of it harder to divide in half than Daybreak. So adds a lot of interesting little pieces to the puzzle, Tasteless.
It does, Artosis. Can Top recover? Anything's possible. But MVP is looking so confident. He looks so calm, so collected, as he knows he probably is going to go home. Now tying Nesty for best player in the world based off of shoot results. And that is a scary thing. The countdown has started. The game is loading. OGS Top Terran against MVP Terran here in the GSL Codex Finals in Seoul, Korea.